If I was gonna say the most important thing is for us to pass it down. The most important thing for us as conservation is to pass it down to the next generation. Because at the end of the day, man, like if we don't come together on this and stop bickering and fighting against each other and letting our egos get in the way, we're gonna lose it.
I mean, sometimes I consider myself crazy. Super cold elements, early mornings, long nights. You kind of wonder why you do it. But to be honest, the ability for people from all walks of life to come together is really the deeper meaning behind it all.
I know that as soon as that first flock comes in or somebody's on their first hunt, I'm going to get to experience as a guide the same thing that I got to experience as my first time waterfowl hunting, and seeing a smile on a client's face or seeing a smile on somebody that's never done it before, that's what drives me and wakes me up in the morning.
He starts this drive from the 20-yard line. Under pressure, down he goes. He gets sacked by number 95, Derek Wolfe.
I can't believe what Derek Wolfe has done since he's come back. He was suspended 4 games early on, and he was always known as a run player and a really top-end one. And for some reason, now that he's back, he has become this unbelievable pass rusher.
I'm from Northeast Ohio, like right along the Ohio River, right where West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio all meet, so it's Appalachia. And grew up hunting and fishing. My background is a little bumpy, man. It was pretty wild. My mom struggled with addiction. I had an abusive stepfather. I had to move around a lot. And then I landed on a Black Angus farm and learned how to work there, and then got a scholarship to Cincinnati. Went to Cincinnati, played good football there, had an awesome time. I was roommates with the Kelsey brothers. We all lived together. And then I got drafted in 2012 to the Denver Broncos and won a Super Bowl in 2015.
It is for Peyton. And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, I talked about my stepfather being abusive, but he introduced me to football and hunting. But, you know, those are the two things that I love doing the most. He introduced me to. Like, I just like being out there because he didn't talk, I didn't talk, we just walked. It was just walking, and like you had a lot of time for yourself, and because I would do a good job of going in there kicking birds and rabbits and stuff out of the brush, so you'd be like, oh, there you go, good job, you know? So I was like getting my that boy from him, you know, from the only person I knew as a father, you know. I was just chasing those endorphins, I guess, you know, and it's still to this day, that's what it's about, man. I'm chasing endorphins at all times. I'm always chasing that next, like, how can I push it a little harder? How can I go a little further? Like, you know, make this a little more interesting, you know, for myself.
So I want this side covered. Think about only putting decoys. Try and put them where the ground is showing, because that's where they're mainly sitting. And do them in like balls or pods. Don't just like space them out very far. Do them pretty close together.
You know, this season's been extremely difficult. The birds haven't been acting exactly the way that we wanted them to. So as we approach this hunt with Derek, I called up a good buddy of mine, Colton Kell, and I said, man, you got any birds up there? And he goes, oh buddy, do I got a hunt for you. He said, I'm hunting the golf course. Why don't you come hunt with us? And for me, you know, as a waterfowl hunter, I always drive by the golf course. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if we got to go out there and do that? So this is really a once in a lifetime experience for all of us. And being able to go hunt with Colton is really the cherry on top.
My name's Colton Kell. I work at Front Range Guide Service here in the state of Colorado on the Front Range. I've lived in Colorado my whole life, even though I've only been alive for 23 years. It seems like an eternity. And my passion for waterfowl started at a young age. My dad's been a guide here in the state of Colorado for 26 years, and he introduced me to it when I was 8 years old, and I shot my very first goose in Platteville, Colorado, and it's something I'll never forget. And instantly I was hooked after shooting that goose, and I knew this is something that I wanted to do for my life and my career. Hey guys, Colton Kell, Front Range Guide Service. Today we're hunting on Rain Dance International Golf Course, which just so happens to be the longest golf course in the United States. We're down here on the creek. The resource here in Colorado as a waterfowl hunter has been special, and over the years and over my lifetime, we've seen more and more geese, more and more ducks push into the state of Colorado. Now, whether that's between flight lines actually changing or the population growing, either way, it's very cool and good to see as a waterfowl hunter, and something that I'm passionate about, just because I know that there's a future for the resource of waterfowl hunting here in the state of Colorado.
You know, so I've gotten to be friends with Colton over the last couple of years, and honestly, the way that he approaches waterfowl hunting is inspiring to me. I mean, the guy is day in, day out, dedicated. He leads his life with faith, and the way he walks and treats other people, and including all of his clients, is something that is inspiring and should be inspiring to young men like me, even though Colton is a little bit younger than I am. So it's a lot of fun to get to go join him and put everybody in the blind together this week and go hunting.
As Jeff Powell will say, the ones that are going to decoy are going to decoy. The ones that aren't, just aren't.
That's right.
Alrighty, boys. We always say a hunt prayer before all of our hunts, as you guys know, so we'll do that now. Dear Lord, thankful for this wonderful day. Thank you for the opportunity to be out here in your great creation. I ask that you keep us safe today. I ask that if it's in your will, we shoot some birds, but most importantly, we do everything in the glory of your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
We're hunting. Here we go. Buds up, ready to rock.
Yeah, boy. Hell yeah.
We're rocking on the golf course, baby. What you think about that, Derek?
Good time.
I'm out of breath, so I think that's a good sign from cleaning up birds. It's been a lot of fun. They're decoying well. A lot of them came out once, but we got 7 out of it, so
right.
Can't complain.
So, I know you don't get to hunt waterfowl a whole bunch. How does this compare to the normal type of hunt you do?
Well, it's, you know, there's action, right? So it's like
Live action.
live action. So there's stuff going on, and there's shooting going on. You know, when you're whitetail hunting out of a stand, or, you know, stalking deer, it's like, you know, you're pushing for that one moment. And with this, it's like you're pushing for that one moment, and that keeps happening over and over again. So it's action. It's fun, and it's fun blind talk and fun.
How about when those geese center up and start backflipping in the hole? That's
Oh,
pretty...
it's so cool, man. They're huge, so it's like it's a cool scene.
Oh, we got another group coming.
Yeah, boys. All right. Get back down. Get back down. Go back down.
What I love most about duck hunting and any kind of like blind hunting is that you don't have to be quiet.
Bro. Yeah!
Cuffed up, coming in the hole.
Behind that green box.
So everybody's in there goofing, and it's like, and that's why it's nice when you have a group of guys that haven't met each other yet. But that's where like, that's the start of a relationship, man. Like you can build relationships are built in those duck blinds, man. It's and the fun that you can have in there. And then next thing you know, you're jumping up and shooting at stuff, and then slapping hands and high fiving and hooting and hollering. Like that's what it's about, man. Like we're out here having a blast. Like we're doing conservation, we're doing good, right? I mean, because at the end of the day, cherish the relationships that you build throughout the journey that you go on, man. Because it's precious, and you know those things they're hard to come by. It's hard to come by good people, and some of the best people I've met are from the industry, this hunting industry.
Dude, I feel like my dad's like setting me up with something right now.
Thanks, Papa. Thanks, Papa. Can you tie my strings together, Papa? Did you get my shoes ready to go?
That's what it feels like. Thanks, man. Dust me off. Give me a kiss.
We're wrapping up here on the golf course. As you can see behind us, we had an absolutely epic day. Way better than riding in a cart any day.
Yeah, that worked out really nice. It was fun, man. It's the last time I went goose hunting, we only killed like 3 geese. So for us to go ahead and limit out in like an hour and a half, that was excellent. Just a really good time. I can't wait to do this again. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you for being such a big supporter of conservation and everything you do for the wildlife and the great outdoors.
Of course, man. Thank you.
You bet. So after a successful hunt, you know, obviously everybody's really ecstatic, but when you go sit down at breakfast, you start hearing the stories of why everybody loves it. And when you start hearing those, you start realizing that it's connecting everybody's dots. Even though we're from different backgrounds, maybe didn't grow up the same, a guy from the East Coast who had a hard upbringing, played NFL football, and a guy who spends day in and day out waterfowl hunting, grinds in the elements. It's all that connect the dots because we all love the same thing. And when you go deeper into it, they start talking about the conservation aspect of it and what it means to them to leave it to their kids and their grandkids. And you know, hearing that is inspiring of why we need to get behind organizations like Ducks Unlimited to be able to bring not only new people into the sport, but invest in the future of hunting, invest in those people that are already ate up with it, that love the outdoors, because those are our next great leaders.
I feel like it's a responsibility, you know, to show the conservation, to show how to do it the right way. You know, to try to just do everything we possibly can to preserve this way of life.
No matter the walk of life, whether you are a Super Bowl champion or a day in and day out die-hard waterfowl hunter, webbed feet and cupped wings serve as a common ground, connecting us all, and together we educate, preserve, and enhance our way of life for generations to come.
Come all you young rounders, a story I'll tell of the promise of heaven and the warning of hell. Take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go. Way up on the hillside where the new flowers grow. Well, they met in the springtime, the sun sinking low. 2 star-crossed lovers in the still melting snow. Well, the loving was easy and the courting was brief. Well, they called her a beauty, called